In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a cat face, a realistic cat face using either fondant, modelling paste or clay. So I've coloured my modelling paste in it's called ivory, it's a Wilton ivory colour. And I'm going to put all the links in the description for you so that anything I'm using in this video you'll be able to get the hold of. So as you can see, I started out with a ball there of my modelling paste and I'm using my finger to create an indentation in the centre. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my fingers to create kind of like a point at the bottom of where the face is going to be. Now I'm using the bottom end of my modelling tool to create a little bit of definition at the bottom part of the face. Going in with another tool now to create the mouth, so I'm looking at where the centre of the face is and I'm going to the very bottom of the face and I'm just creating this little line here. Then I'm going to go in with the shaper tool and create a curve upwards. I'm going to do that for both sides of the mouth. Using the end of this tool, I'm going to just place two wee dots on either side of the smile. I don't know why I do this, but I just think it looks nice. And now where those two pieces are, you can see where I'm placing a little small piece of fondant here. It's where those sort of sideward C's are that we've created. Then you're just going to go in and put two small pieces of fondant. And then we're going to create the definition again using our tool just to make sure you can still see the details. If you want, you can go in with your fingers just to smooth that out a wee bit so it doesn't look quite so stuck on. And then we're going to place a little nose on here. So I've just got a very small piece of black fondant. This little cat that I'm making had a black nose. You could use a pink nose or whatever colour you want. And I'm going in with this shaper tool here and I'm just going to place in two small nostrils. And now I'm going to use a cocktail stick to create these little dots either side of the nose. I'm using the Dresden tool now to create eye sockets. So as you can see, I'm going in with the flat side at the bottom and I'm just placing two eye sockets there either side of the nose, and we're just going to work at these eye sockets to make them quite cat-like. I find that if I push the Dresden tool to either side and then from one side of the eye socket to the other, it gave it more of a cat eye shape, but you'll know yourself, you'll probably just need to work at it for a few minutes just to make sure that you get the eye shape that you want. And now I'm just going in to create some lines around the face that's going to give it more of a fur type effect around the face. I'm going to trim off that part underneath the chin because we don't really need that. And now this is where the fun really begins. I'm going to go in using two or three, maybe four different shades of edible dusts. Again, I'll put the dust that I'm using in the description. This one is called Skin Tone. I'm just going in initially to create some shading and definition with this particular colour. Now I have some chocolate dust here and I'm going to do the same with the chocolate edible dust. Now I've changed my tool this time to a flat, it's kind of like the brush that you would do your eyebrows with. It's a flat brush and I'm using some black with it and it's giving me those lines. This is oh, I forgot the name of the type of breed that this cat is, but it's quite stripy. So I'm going in with that brush to create some stripes, and then I'm just going in and I'm adding in definition in around all the main features with the dusts, especially here around the eye sockets. So I'm adding lots and lots of black around the outside of the eye sockets, and I've just got the picture of the cat that I'm creating here just to give me an idea as to where all those features are on that little cat. I'm filling in the eye sockets with some of that ivory fondant now. And I'm going to go in with this apple green edible dust and I'm going to shade that whole area that I've just placed in the eye socket green, and I'm going to concentrate especially on the two outer corners. I'm going to make those as green as possible. Then I'm going to place a piece of black fondant in the centre, and it's not going to be a round shape, it's going to be more like an oval shape. Now that I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and layer around the outside of the eyes with some more of the modelling paste that we used. And I'm just going to keep doing this layering process until I'm happy with how the face looks. Again, if you're doing this, you'll be able to gauge yourself as to how the features of the particular cat that you're creating. If you fancy making a more cartoonish style cat, I have a tutorial for one of those. I'll put the link up here somewhere. I almost forgot to add the catch lights in the eyes. Can you believe that? That's one of the most important things. Look at how much that makes this cat's eyes come alive. Just those two simple little white dots just bring those eyes to life. So I stopped while I was doing that because I realised I'd forgotten to do that, and then I'm back to layering away here at this little cat's face. And those parts that I've layered, I'm going in with my tool and I'm fraying them out just to make them look a little bit more realistic. Now I'm going in with those bits that I've layered and I'm going to do the dusts again. So this is a long process, but it's so worth it, and it makes the the face look more realistic if you take your time and just add in all these details. Now I'm going to fray out a little bit of the hair at the top of the cat here, and now I'm going to create the ears. So to create the ears, I'm using 2 teardrop pieces of my modelling paste, and I've used this cone tool to create a sort of like a upside down V shape. I'm just gauging that for size, and then I'm going to fray that out a little bit. And again, you're going to just do the exact same thing. You're going to fray it out and go in and shade it out with all your different dusts that you're using. Once you're happy with the shape of your ear, you're going to place it on top of the head, and you're going to push it down quite well just to make sure that it's going to stay in place for you. I'm using this Dresden tool to create an indentation in the centre, and that's just going to make the ear look a little bit more realistic rather than it looking flat. I've just gone ahead and done the same with the other ear. And now I'm looking at this face and I'm thinking it's just missing something, so I'm adding on some strips of black modelling paste, and then I'm using my little, it's like a little frayer tool to fray out those little strips. After that, I've added a little white piece of fondant under the mouth here, and I'm going to use the little tool again to fray it out. I don't know about you, but I'm never happy. I just keep working and working and working at these things until I'm happy, and if I'm honest, I kind of was a wee bit gutted because I felt like it looked more like a tiger than a cat. You can let me know what you think. I'm going in here and I'm adding in some black edible marker around the eyes here, and I think that really helped make the eyes stand out. And then I'm going to go in and just define those little dots that I had done around the mouth here. I'm going to fray around the outside of the face, and then I just decided, right, I'm going to leave it alone. So that's it, done. Hope this helps.